Last time on Magical Miss, the team solves the ice fish problem, and thankfully Daisy understands why Izzy kept the secret from her at the ski lodge. Due to the favorable popularity of Pink and Blue, the city's police department and Victoria's Monster Hunter crew team up to fight off the Rift monsters. Mariana and Absalom finally reunite, and together they have formed into a terrifying Mariana Trench monster. Turns out this fight is going to be harder than expected because Blue can barely get a good hit on the monster without being zapped back. Pink got hit hard and went down, and Daisy went off to rescue her, but the second she stepped off onto the beach, it released the deep dark from the rift, and now it's making its way to the surface. It's time to grab some popcorn. We're on the edge of our seats. Welcome to Magical Miss.
Oh God. Bro, Pink's not even conscious right now.
Well, you still have to roll your when you go down.
You need to roll your behind the 8 ball.
Yes, that is a persona.
That's a 7.
Okay.
That's my persona plus my 5.
Okay,
7.
so you can choose 2 of these things that don't happen to you. So you can either not fall unconscious, not transform back into your normal identity, not get captured, or not gain the enfeebled condition.
I don't care about transforming or not.
That's fine.
Because
Everyone knows.
Everything's fucked. It doesn't matter. I would say I mean, I feel like it would be better to not fall unconscious and to not take the enfeebled condition. I forget what's the other one.
Get captured.
Oh, what would I get captured by?
Oh, monster?
Oh, no, never mind. Okay, fuck that. Okay. I don't get captured, and I don't fall unconscious.
Yeah, you feel like a little tired. I will give you like 1 HP because I don't want you sitting at 0. I don't think that's fair.
I do appreciate you.
Thanks. But you are kind of hanging in Daisy's arms. Like, Daisy reached out to catch you, and you're kind of hanging in her arm, and like you kind of look up and squint, and Daisy doesn't look like Daisy anymore.
What does she look like?
This being that's holding you, there is a sort of like almost ethereal glow to her eyes, and she's smiling quite wide and like holding you up, and you see that her hair is like almost standing unnaturally on end, almost as if in little tentacles, which is a little silly looking because half of her head is shaved. But she's looking at you, and though it's not Daisy's voice, this person says, "Hello, dear.
No.
Would you like me to drop you, or would you like to stay this close?"
Who are you, and what have you done to my girlfriend?
I must say, you ask very silly questions when the clues have been in front of you the whole time.
Oh gods. Can Izzy reach back and try her lifelines?
You should fucking touch it.
Oh my god.
Fuck this shit. Fuck everything. 7.
Okay. Now remind me again what that gives you.
So I can glimpse the truth while touching to witness events in the past.
Okay. You glimpse
So if you want, okay.
You like reach back and glimpse the truth, and you see almost like it's 2 TV screens. You see like 2 futures, essentially, or 2 pasts. You see one is Daisy, and she is talking to Benny, and they are in their Alice in Wonderland garb. And she is leaned over to Benny, and she goes, "Listen, I don't know how this all happened, but we're pretty dang lucky to have the friends we have." And Benny's looking at her going, "You're lucky to have the girlfriend you have. She loves you, Daisy." You see Daisy kind of like nudges him and goes, "I mean, she might like me a little bit." And you see the 2 of them kind of laugh and then stand to attention as their parents walk by. The other memory that you see is darkness. It is absolute, incredible darkness, and you see just tendrils that start to form and solidify coming out of, like, a crevasse in the deep, dark sea. And you're brought back, and at this point, the being piloting Daisy has set you kind of, like, in front of her, and is, like, holding you up by the shoulders, and goes, "There won't be any need for that. Thank you. I'll tell you about myself when I'm good and ready, okay?"
Izzy kind of grabs hold of their hands. Please let her go. I don't know what you want, but maybe we can come up with anything else. It probably wasn't the best to be trapped in eternal darkness if that was where you came from, but we can figure something else out. You don't need to take Daisy. You don't need to consume the rift with the ocean or the places on lands. We can come up with something else.
Roll to convince someone with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, okay.
While she's doing that, Willa, could you roll me a very quick glimpse of the truth?
Stop with the mental checks! I'm dumb! I refuse to be smart!
You're not dumb. You just haven't put anything into your mental scan.
I refuse to be smart!
It's very different.
It's really different.
Oh, wait. I'm using random's advantage.
Okay.
Thank God. Okay. 7.
Okay.
That would have been a 5.
Willa, as this conversation is going on, like, as you're kind of assessing, trying to see what's happening over there, you see that the waves are getting a lot more intense, and you see that the tide is high, and it's getting higher. Like, as each wave kind of comes in, it's almost as if the water is starting to overflow, and you start to see different kinds of debris hitting the beach, and it's a lot of very alien-looking artifact kind of things. Like, looks like old, like, pillbug shells and, like, dark crystalline pieces, like, things that you don't recognize. And then you start to see things from the rift. You start to see, like, the sign for the mermaid hairstylist's place, and you start to see little things like that. As if the rift is cycloning itself up.
Oh, God. Okay. How much did the tide come in, essentially? Am I standing...
Like 200 feet. Like, it's coming in, and it's coming in very quickly.
Oh, shit. So what's the water level where I'm standing right now? Like...
Right now, there's nothing there. But it's, like, coming at you close to, like, be hitting you ankle deep, and then it looks like the next time it would hit, like, mid-calf.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, it is coming in quick.
Okay, I'm gonna... God, fuck. I don't know how far I am away from Izzy and Daisy to be able to recognize if Daisy turned into the monster.
Also, aren't we on, like, the watchtower that's slightly precarious with literally all of the other non-magical folk on it?
I was standing underneath the Mariana Trench monster because I refused to be squished. So I'm on the sand. I refuse to be squished. So I guess I'm farther away from Izzy and Daisy. Fuck, but Izzy's de-transformed right now.
Yes.
Yep.
Izzy is Izzy right now.
God, because also my boys are they still in the tower like princesses?
They are, and you see that the Mariana's Trench monster is, like, kind of coming towards them.
Oh, come on! Okay. I'm gonna go and fly over and make a shield in front of the watchtower. But while I'm also doing that, can I do my winds of healing just to heal Izzy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Izzy, what did you roll for that?
Convince someone with disadvantage?
Yes.
I rolled a 7.
fail.
It's not a failure, G9. It's not a failure. Hush.
Oh god.
No.
Okay. This is the protect someone for the shield. That is a that's a 12.
Good.
It's a
So
12.
how much does that heal Izzy for?
No, this is the protect someone. This is the shield. This is the
Perfect.
shield.
Yep. So the shield goes up, easy peasy.
I'm gonna have the damage of how the monster is gonna go for the tower, and I'm gonna put the monster in a bad position and give giving an ally, just one ally, +1 forward against the attack. I'm gonna give a +1 forward to Benny because he's still transformed.
Aww.
Yeah.
Eddie.
Now I'm gonna heal my best friend. 7, so you're just gonna get 2 health back.
I'm at 3 health. Let's go.
Whoa!
But you do feel more hardy, and you're convinced someone. You see that the deep dark in the body of Daisy, you see like the eyes deluminate for a moment, and you see Daisy for just a second before it comes back, and you hear, no, you get back there. I'll figure out where to put you later. You're rather troublesome, my dear. Izzy? Isabella? Ms. Parker? What would you prefer?
I would prefer to have my girlfriend back, but since we're at that impasse, is there?
She is going to be quite useful when I make the world new. You see, I need a corporation, in a way, and, like, points to himself and goes, rather, I wouldn't choose this on a regular day, but... And he looks over to the Marianas Trench and goes, I do prefer someone a little more level-headed.
Wait a minute. Is the Deep Dark firing Mariana and Absalom?
I was wondering if they picked Daisy because she's the next head of the Schwartz Corporation, or if they're going to take over Absalom Trench's body and corporation, or do the merger of the Trench Corporation and the Schwartz Corporation.
Oh my god, this is business. I hate business.
He's still holding you, Izzy, and he is just kind of like looking and going, you really love this girl, don't you?
Extremely.
That's good. It was something of that kind of pure emotion that I needed, really, to open the rift. When you fell into her arms just now, it was quite perfect, because I had counted on those two chuckle fucks to bring me in with their pure admiration. But it... And he looks back at them and goes, let's just say they're not as squeaky clean and shiny as you two are. So I do appreciate it. I was going to be brought into the world by those two and then transplanted into this lovely little creature, but you made it a lot easier.
Why do you need something squeaky clean and new to get into our world?
I'm certain you've read many stories of creation. Prometheus and the Garden of Eden and all of those lovely stories that your people like to put together of how the world came to be. You need a vessel. You need something untarnished, unblemished by the past, something that doesn't stink of regret or mistake. And quite frankly, the little Stanley, yes. He did a great job of making sure that you and your little angel friend there were quite skilled. He chose two little people from this tiny little world that were going to do such a good job that I could just waltz right in. And you brought along not only a little debutante, but one that had such pure intentions. She wanted to make art. She wanted to make music. It'll be nice to create a world with this sort of image. Now, Miss Parker, I know that we may have had a few run-ins due to Mariana's anger issues, and she may have, let's say, sullied what could have been a great working relationship, but as... And he points to the water, and he goes, as the world will be brand new again, what do you say to starting from scratch? And he holds out his hand.
Not so long as you have my girlfriend's body as a vessel.
He looks at you, and I need you to roll a mental check.
God damn it, 8.
It's really tough because essentially Daisy's looking at you with puppy dog eyes. And you hear this being go, I mean, essentially you have 2 choices now. You can either join the side that wins, or I can kill your girlfriend quite slowly and painfully while she's in here. And that'll be very fun for me. Either way will be great for me.
Is it bad?
Can I mind message Izzy real quick to like, hey, are you okay? You're detransformed. Are you okay? Do you need me to come get you? Is Daisy okay? She looks a little funny from over here. What's up with the glowing?
Daisy's taken over by the deep dark, and she's trying to offer a business proposal for us to join their side.
What?
Or he's gonna have Daisy die a slow and painful death.
Oh, fuck, no!
This is a very compelling offer.
No.
Otherwise, Daisy dies. Otherwise, Daisy dies.
I'm gonna go over and fly in, like, swan dive into, their little personal space bubble, and I want to do a purifying touch on Daisy. Daisy, deep, dark, deep Daisy.
So with disadvantage, please.
Can we do it? We could do this together, and I can give her a +1. I have +1 to we can do this together checks. That's why.
We have some +1.
Please. Oh fuck.
Snake eyes.
You did not.
And even with the technically it would be a +3. It would be a 5.
Beautiful. Okay.
Oh no! I think I get the muddled condition or something. I gain the mundane condition. Okay, I become less mystical. Not that I was using that stat anyways.
Yeah, that's okay. You also reach out to purifying touch the deep dark.
Get
and
out of my best friend's girlfriend's body!
he grabs you
Huh.
by the wrist and like yanks you forward and is like, hello there, Miss O'Bryant.
Body snatcher.
Some call me the Deep Dark. I don't believe you would be able to pronounce my name, but now I've got both of you here. Tell me, do either of you have Stanley around? I'd like to see him again.
Stanley's on
He's
holiday.
probably on one of our persons.
I think he probably is. Stanley's on holiday. Please come back with him.
Shame. I mean, I already foiled his schemes with Mariana and all of that, and well, now I get to either assimilate the 2 of you into my brand new world or kill you in a slow and painful way. Either way, again, will be quite fun for me. I'm really having a great time here.
Are you?
And he looks over and goes, and I believe my friends will be having a great time as well. And you see that Zoe and the coral dogs and like the other sea creatures are having a rough go about. They are struggling against some sort of shadowing sea creatures. Like, it's things that you've only seen glimpses of in scientific, like, posts of, like, check out these weird animals that are so far down. And, like, they look like aliens.
I hate it.
They are crawling up onto the sea, and you see that the ice fish, even with the monster hunters, the ice fish look concerned. But you see these monster hunters that are here, like, fending off the ice fish for you, are stoked because they're like, ooh, cool new thing to fight, let's go. And, Willa, you hear Caleb and Josh are, like, essentially shouting commands to everyone else, like, telling Henrietta and Dirk to, you know, seek cover behind the shield, start firing at that, and, you hear Josh go, Willa, what do you need?
Should we retreat back to the police line? Get them to retreat? Oh, this is a rickety ass fucking watchtower.
Get the cops to retreat?
The deep dark looks at you and goes, your point, it is rather rickety, and kicks a leg back, and you see that the tower starts to fall a little bit closer, like almost one more hit will knock it down.
Can we just evasive actions fly everyone down to the ground?
Evasive action grab everyone?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I just do that.
Henrietta's already got Dirk, and, like, she's, like, holding his hands. She's like, here's Webby.
Her little bee wings are just flapping around.
And Dirk's like, I didn't make myself wings. You didn't have to. And she's like, no, you were too pathetic.
Damn!
Well, damn, Henrietta.
I love her so much.
You see the two of them start like bickering like siblings, and it's a very sweet little moment that we have because they're two only children that finally have a sibling.
Oh. Okay, so I get Josh and Caleb out of the way.
I guess I take Sam. Benny can just fend for himself.
Benny does whatever the fuck he wants.
Benny's like got an arm around Sam and is looking at you, Izzy, and is like, "What is going on down there?"
Your sister's been kind of taken over by the deep dark, but we're working on it.
We're working on it.
Izzy, we can't lose her. Izzy.
I'm working on it, and worrying is not helping. I'm already worried enough.
I know that. Okay,
Get Sam someplace safe. Get them behind the police line, and then we go to Plan LG. I don't know.
I mind message Benny and I say the tide is getting rapidly higher. If the cops don't clear out, and if the monster hunters don't clear out, they're gonna be like 10 feet underwater in the next 5 minutes.
Okay, I know what to do.
Okay.
Do you want me to take your little boyfriends with me?
The problem is
now is not the time to fight with Benny.
The problem is that they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave my side. That's the problem.
Because every time they do, they get into stupid shit.
Exactly. They're like cats. They're like cats.
It's kind of perfect. It's kind of perfect, though.
I look at Josh and Caleb, and I say, how much would you actually listen to me if I told you to go behind the police line because
You don't even get to finish your sentence because they both go, no. And Caleb goes, we're staying. It'll be fine.
Oh, but the water's coming in very quickly and we're going to be very underwater very soon.
Hey, it's just as the Jonas Brothers predicted. Not much has changed except we live underwater. We'll be okay.
Caleb.
And Caleb, squeezes your hand really quick and goes, if the world really is going to end, I would like to see the end of that with you. Both of you. And Josh goes, really? And Josh looks and goes, but the world's not going to end.
No, it's not going to end.
So we're going to fix it.
Yes. So, again, do you guys want to just, scoot back over there? Because I don't want to... The ocean current is different than a pool.
Josh folds his arms and goes, I can swim.
Have you ever tried to swim with wielding a weapon?
Have you?
The length of your arm?
Have you tried swimming through a riptide? Oh, wait, you're a lifeguard. Yeah, you have, but you know what that is!
And Caleb goes, and I can swim better than him, so we'll be fine.
Oh my god, you guys are making it so difficult! Oh, fuck. Well, if anything, we need to...
The tide hits your ankles.
Oh, shit. See? This is what I mean! Unless if you know a way how to get the deep dark to get out of Daisy's body, because it's currently occupying that right now. And as much as I would love to beat up the deep dark, I cannot beat up Daisy's body. That's not feasible. So unless if you guys have any wonderful suggestions.
The two of them exchange looks, and the ground kind of rumbles beside you as the Mariana's Trench monster starts to get closer.
Son of a bitch. I turn around and I'm like, leave us alone, lady! Man? Ma'am, sir?
We are.
And they start to hit the ground.
Side note, which one of us does have Stanley?
I think that he was with Willa.
Okay,
oh, yes.
We'll go with that.
For Team Ocean. Yes.
Okay.
I whip out, I turn around away from the deep dark's view, and I open the fanny pack to Stanley, and I say, the deep dark has taken over Daisy's body, and the water is now at my ankles. What do we do? How do we get her out? How do we get the deep dark out of Daisy's body?
You see Stanley looks and is like, I'm fucking sorry. I thought we could stop this before anything really happened.
You can't give up on us now, Stanley.
Yeah.
Especially not you.
You cannot give up. You gave us these powers, so now you gotta deal with the consequences of it. And now I'm asking you a question. You better have something, a lead.
You gotta roll for it.
Convince someone?
Oh, what?
Well, it's the you consult your animal companion once a day. It is a...
Don't be mystical.
It's a part in the book.
Don't be mystical.
There it is. It's got a little narwhal on it. So cute. It's a pure chance roll, so you don't add any stats.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What'd you know?
7?
You're gonna gain +1 on your next roll
Okay.
for that. And Stanley's like, listen, this is a lot going on. I'm a little overwhelmed with everything, but if we can get to the rift, there should be something we can use to knock him out of her, and at least we can have him back as just a being. He can exist in water. Essentially. It can exist in the rift water, and that's why all this water's coming up, so he can have both a corporeal form and Daisy, and then if he does get knocked out of her, be fine in the water. That's gonna be a whole other problem, because I have him in the water, and I don't think killing Daisy would really kill him either, because he can just scoot out when he wants. But there's a thing in the rift. It was Mariana's weapon.
Okay.
She had a trident.
Okay.
And she had trained enough. She was going to do fine till Absalom came along and her plans and priorities changed. Okay?
So it's Absalom's fault for all of this. Got it.
Isn't it always a white man in business's fault?
Capitalism. That's the problem. Also, Stanley, Mariana Absalom kind of fused into this ugly looking thing, and I kind of like peek him over my shoulder so he could get a glimpse of the Mariana trench monster. How do we deal with that? I was thinking about trying to get them to break up so then they can not focus and like have an internal quarrel amongst themselves.
I mean, it would be a lot easier if they were separated, but they're just messed up enough that arguing would probably bring them. And it's not exactly like I'm sort of an all-knowing, all-being kind of person. I'm just a starfish. And I was given this kind of sight to see who had the potential, you know?
So to summarize,
Something got missed.
we're trying to, there's a trident at the bottom of the rift that...
There's a trident at the bottom of the rift.
Yes.
It'll be easier if Mariana and Absalom are separated, but arguing might put them closer together.
Correct.
Okay.
The deep dark is to Absalom as Stanley is to you guys.
Okay. Okay.
Because Absalom didn't originally, Absalom's not supposed to have magic.
Okay.
Because Stanley has the ability to see who has the potential to grow with magic. And that's why he saw you, he chose you. Stanley tried to take away the gifts he gave to Mariana, but he really wasn't able to. So he's not quite sure how to do that, but he did everything in his power to make her not as strong. But there could be influences from the deep dark as sort of her patron as well.
Wait a minute. This is side table shenanigans and might be real life. Who knows?
I love side table shenanigans.
Dirk can paint humans. Can he make a person, can he paint someone that has been untouched by the rift? Could the deep dark inhabit that paint body for a hot second?
If we convinced them to inhabit
Like
said
what?
body?
Dirk, just paint like the most badass, buffest looking person you've ever seen in your life, and we gotta make the deep dark try to go and switch bodies.
You could absolutely try.
It's either that or go into the rift and leave all these people behind.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would love to go after the trident of Mariana. However, there is literally a police force, monster hunters, all trying to fend off coral dogs with tiny coral pups at their side, and then all of our non-magical other people. So it's either one of us goes into the rift, or neither of us do.
Benny is standing before the the police force in his regalia. And you see that he is standing there, and you see the magic pouring from him, and he is speaking with such influence that all of these people, you see the police force starts to kind of step back and start to retreat, and you see folks retreating with them. The monster hunters are still gung-ho, but you see that the ice fish themselves have started to take towards the mountains, they're running up the road.
Okay.
As if these darker creatures that are coming in with the waves are terrifying them.
Okay. So what do we do? Do we have Dirk make a body for to lure the deep dark and jump bodies, or do one of us have to go into the rift? Because both of us can't go into the rift at the same time. Because Benny's busy.
One of us should go into the rift.
Hey.
The other can, I'd say, probably trying to turn the Mariana's Trench monster against the deep dark might work better than trying to convince the deep dark to go into a body.
I do have better persuasion, so if you want to get the trident,
You want to smack me with a heel real quick?
yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can heal you.
Okay.
Smack me with that heel.
Yeah, this is 7, so here you can have 2 more health.
I'll take it.
Do you want more?
I'll take it.
I don't know what the time constraint is here.
I will allow a full heal up here.
Okay. Okay, because we'll be here for a while.
This is one of those points where it's like, there's a save block right here. There's a heart refill thing right here. Like,
It's like, this is the final battle type energy.
what's going on?
Okay.
Shit.
Stanley, you go with Pink. I'm assuming you're transformed back into Pink.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You go with Pink to show her where the thing is, and I'll be a nuisance up here.
Izzy's like, oh, hold on, and pulls out the little jar of algae that she still has.
Okay.
Try and touch her heart.
I'll try.
I love you.
Well,
Stay
algae
safe.
looks
Stay
Don't
safe.
die.
I give Pink another hug.
I hug her back.
I'm like, we're gonna get your girlfriend back.
Okay. Can Izzy's and then Izzy flies up over the ocean until she comes over to where the rift is.
Mhm.
Hopefully.
Yep. Roll me a luck check for style.
For style.
You're diving in. Roll me some style points.
You this little bitch. I got a 10.
Woo! It's so
That
dramatic. So
is-
beautiful. It's like a little montage with like uplifting music in the background.
Yeah, you see a couple of coral dogs that have, succeeded against one of the Great Danes. Hold up little signs of 9, 9, 10. And Izzy, you're in the rift. It is eerie.
Okay.
It is echoing and quiet, and you see that Stanley has pried himself from the hamster ball and is kind of going ahead of you and is like, "You okay? You doing okay?"
Yep. Totally good. Totally good. What did you do to try and take Mariana's powers away, though? And when did you notice that you needed to do that?
I did it before I came into contact with the two of yous. There have been signs that Mariana's been planning this shit for quite a while. And, I kept an eye on the news. Anytime Absalom Trench and the Trench Corp, anytime they were successful in anything, I knew it was one step closer to this. And he motions to the rift that is now, gaping wide. It is not just, a cool magical little thing. The translucent colors of the rift water have been, almost diluted. When you take, your watercolor brush and you've got it in black, and then that's the vibe. It's darker, it's muted. And he goes, I should have prepared you guys better. I should have figured out a better way to stop this. You shouldn't be having to deal with this, and I'm sorry, Izzy.
We can talk about this later. You'll figure out a way to make it up to me and Willa. I have no doubt in that.
Something a coffee will fix.
No, I think that's a lifetime supply right there, Stanley. But,
He puts his little fin out and is like, hold it. And you see that there is some kind of there is a slinking kind of creature that goes before you, and its eyes are a sort of glassy white, as if it can't see anything. It looks and goes into your mind. He's like, we gotta be fucking quiet.
Okay.
You do shadows, and not that you can see anyways.
Oh, we're gonna say, yeah, okay. Might as well cast shadows. It's fine. Can't see anyways, but just in case there's another creature that can see. Messaging Stanley back with her mind. Izzy asks, so do you have an idea where the item might be? In the rift? Deep in it?
I hit it.
So you know where it is.
He makes a face.
Did you forget where you put it?
It's like, no, I didn't forget where I put it. This is kind of an important thing. Then he looks around and goes, the rift looks a little different, okay?
Totally fair. Could Izzy touch Stanley's hand to try and remember or see where that trident might be, even if the rift has changed?
Yeah, you can.
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna legitimacy right into you for a hot second.
Let me just with this tiny little hand. Did you roll for it, my dear?
No, I did not. I was just overtaken with the thought of holding Stanley's tiny starfish hand.
His little stubs.
These little fuckers. I got 6s.
Woo!
Oh, hell yeah.
Nat 12. Nat 12, let's go.
You take his little hand and you see a brighter rift. You see Stanley, he looks a lot younger, like you see that he doesn't have as many wrinkles on his little face.
It's a younger looking starfish.
And there is a young magical girl in front of him in the rift. And he's sitting like almost cross-legged and he's going, now you just take the trident and you just stab it forward. You stab up, you can stab down, you can do a lot of things with it. I'm pretty proud of you. That's a good weapon. Attic, nice and you hear Mariana laugh and she goes, Stanley, you're ridiculous. I didn't pick it, it chose me. Isn't that the whole magic thing? And he just kind of waves and goes, either way, there's no way that Deep Dark's awakening now. Someone like you around, okay? You're pretty tough, kid, alright? Now let's go hunt some shadow hunt, okay? And she smiles and you see another image, her on the beach, and she's holding Stanley in like more of like a vial around, like he's in like kind of like a glass bottle, and she picks up one of those little like pod things that you just saw wash up onto the beach, and you see Stanley look up and Mariana look down, and they're concerned. Thirdly, you see Stanley in the water as Mariana and Absalom, and you see him watching them. And you see him look, and he just kind of shakes his head and starts kind of swimming. And then we see the rift as it was when you went down originally. It's bustling, it's hustling, and he's got like his hat donned low, and he's got a little trench coat. And it's a little silly because he's carrying a trident on his back.
Oh my god.
He's looking around. And he's looking, and he scuttles down, and you see that Stanley scuttles essentially out of the city and down and underneath into a like cove in the coral. And you see him like toss it back and then cover the trident with all sorts of algae, with kelp, with any sort of debris he can find, like shipwreck debris. And he steps back and like he takes the trench coat off and throws it and is like looking, and he goes, that's pretty well hidden.
He threw it away. He threw the trident away.
And he covered it with algae.
He threw it away.
You see him
Things
look
that
up
monsters
to-
eat for food.
You see him look up to like past the rift, and you see a few glowing jellyfish pass by, and he starts to swim up. And that's the end of the memory there.
Okay.
Can you just ask the monster to like throw up a couple times and you can find the trident?
Right? Like a whale just like ate the little algae shipwreck, whatever. and just, like it's in the tummy. Make it sneeze. Start a fire in his little belly.
Just tickle some seaweed under it and then it'll sneeze.
And you have like the little air coming up from the top.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Is
That's
this
where the
monster?
trident comes out. Swimming over through the familiar path that Stanley took, Stanley like on my shoulder, I send the message and what kind of happened briefly to Willa as we're going.
Willa,
Would you? Yeah,
Yes.
go for it.
What are you up to?
I am going to be the best person I can be, and that is being a nuisance to everyone I know. So I am
girl.
going to, first of all, I'm gonna try to do I try to make her remember who she used to be first, or do I make her get angry at the deep dark? No, if she gets angry at the deep dark, then she'll try to attack the deep dark, and the deep dark is in Daisy's body. Okay, so I am going to try to convince Mariana of you don't want this. You don't want this. You don't want any of this. You were just a girl with dreams.
That isn't who you thought he was.
Yeah.
He's changed. He's abusive. He said he had a job even though he did it for money.
I go and fly in front of the Mariana Trench monster.
Perfect.
And I'm like, hey, Mariana! You're in there, right? Your brains aren't combined as one. You're a separate entity in that, right?
We are what we are. We are together entwined.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Mariana! Listen, do you remember your little slime friend that you made when you were younger and you were probably a teenager? He's right here. And I just hold him in front.
I need a roll to convince someone with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Granted, she is the big bad. You need to work at it.
I'm not good with her words. She's good with her words when she's insulting someone, but then she realized, oh wait, no, I don't want to insult her. She'll attack Daisy.
Hey.
7.
You do see this creature stopped for a moment until the Absalom side of it makes a swipe at you. Roll a physical for me.
Physical.
This
10.
is why Izzy didn't stay.
This is a 10.
Yep. You dip out of the way quick enough so that you don't get hit, but it does hit the water and it splashes back towards you.
Mm-hmm.
And the Mariana's Trench goes,
We don't have time for memory. It is only about this now.
Okay, hang on. Side table, just so I can get the lore correctly. Mariana was human?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Turn magical girl, so's Absalom, human boy given powers by the deep dark.
Okay.
Mariana and him are now both somehow working for the deep dark.
Yes.
Why? Great question.
Yes. Okay. She was a teenager, I'm assuming. Really? Okay.
She was just an average teen girl.
She was
doing
16.
that stuff.
I'm just a junior
Is there a
in
missing
school.
Is there a missing persons report for her?
We wouldn't really know.
You never looked into that.
Damn. Oh well.
You could have found her parents.
I mean, you also don't know her last name or anything.
It doesn't matter. We don't know how far back this was. We don't know if this was in the 60s or 70s. So her parents could be dead for all we know. Anyways, God. So I dodge Absalom and I'm like, Absalom, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Mariana.
Anything you need to say to her can be said to us.
Oh, God, I should have prepared a monologue or something. I'm not good. Oh, God, I'm not good at being heartfelt on the spot. This is what Will and I share. I look at the fish and I'm like, Mariana, you don't really want this. You were just a kid when all this happened. You had dreams of at least graduating high school, I would assume. You had dreams of, I don't know, having a more extended life than just to be, because I mean, being magical is great and all, but I don't like the idea of having my friends in danger all the time. But, and you made these cute little things with the magic you did, but you made the little slime friend and that little worm friend and that little coral dog, and they're cute. Some of them are kind of scary as fuck, but some of them are really cute. And now that you're kind of with, I don't know what happened and how you got into the deep dark, I'm pretty sure it wasn't your fault, but ever since all that happened, all your friends are scared of you. The worm
roll to convince someone.
With just a flat, just no disadvantage?
Yeah, just roll to convince someone.
11!
You see the Mariana's Trench monster has like reared up to like hit you again. And you see its hand goes like this and catches itself. And it leans in close and goes, "They don't fear me. I'm their mother. They wouldn't fear what created them."
I talked to one of your Alaskan bullworms, and they were scared. They said if I didn't do what Mama told me to do, then she would get mad and she would hurt me. And the coral puppies too. When I was saving Henrietta and when you were there, they were all huddling in a corner when you came. They're scared of you. What you've become now, you're no longer Mama. You're scary and mean. What happened to the girl with dreams and a whole life ahead of her?
And you see their corporation starts to kind of crumble a little bit. You see it like undo almost like goo, and you see it reform so that it's the legs of this Mariana's Trench creature, and you see almost like piloting a mecha.
Okay.
Absalom and Mariana are like atop, and you see that Mariana's like sitting and thinking, and Absalom looks over and then looks back at you, and he smiles and goes, "Okay, that's how we're going to do it then, yes?"
Fuck off, old man. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Mariana.
You see him hold up his hand around Caleb and Josh, form two very large, shadowy-looking coral dogs.
Oh, great.
And you see Absalom goes, "Sick 'em." And they start going for Caleb and Josh immediately.
No, and I go over to the boys and I want to use like my wings as a shield to like keep them away from the scary coral dogs.
Roll a protect someone with disadvantage.
Disadvantage! Stop that!
Wait, don't you have the shield things that give you +1 to protect someone?
I do. So technically, it is a +3 to what I have. So
Okay.
We'll see.
Still a disadvantage, but come on.
Oh, actually, that's a 9.
Yep. Odds or evens?
Odds or evens?
Odds or evens.
Evens?
Caleb's okay. You bring your wings around, and Caleb is untouched by the coral dog coming at him. And like this dog like bites at your, and Caleb looks a little startled, and is like, "Oh, thank you. Okay, all right. We can stab those. That's stabbable. We can do that.
Those are stabbable.
Okay.
How's Josh doing?
Josh lets out a like kind of cough as you see that the coral dog is just biting at him and scratching at him, and Josh is trying to fight it off. He can't.
No.
Josh is bloody and kicking and flailing and doing his best.
No, I'm gonna try to fucking slice the coral dog off. I'm like, no! Bad dog! Drop him!
Drop it!
Into 5.
I mean, you get it off of Josh. It instead turns to you. And you are going to take 5 damage.
Ow, this is strong.
And it is like hanging on to you.
I am going to yeet it towards the Mariana Trench monster. I'm like, yeah, remember coral puppies? They turned into this now, and I yeet them.
Roll that clash with advantage, please.
Yes.
Finally. That is an 11.
Oh yeah. You yoink that, and would you like to choose the either gaining 1 forward, inflicting extra harm, forcing them where you want them, or forcing them to drop something?
Does the drop something, is Mariana is an item, or is she part of the thing?
She is part of the thing.
Damn.
Unfortunately, in this scenario, women are not up.
Nice. Okay. Can
it's not hard. It's not bad to ask. It's not bad to ask.
okay. I don't want to do damage exactly because I don't want to get her pissed off at me. Can I do? Would the +1 forward be able to reach Izzy?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Because I don't know if she's gonna try to fight an underwater monster, but who knows? My best friend intuition tells me something.
It's always nice to have +1 forward. You fling it at Mariana's trench, and you see that Mariana does look concerned at that.
Okay.
And you see her kind of shake her head, and she looks behind you towards where the Deep Dark is reconstructing the lifeguard watchtower in his image.
Oh, God.
So it is cool and crystalline and like purpley and like it's got a little goth kind of.
Boo. I want to like crouch over to Josh and I want to heal him.
He is like crouched in the water, and you see like his blood is kind of like going into the water. Yes.
How much does this Officer Chase see?
Officer Chase has been leading the evacuate the force with the rising tide, so he has not seen his son
Being
get chomped.
great. Cool. I healed him for 2. Can I heal him again can I do another round of healing or no?
You can.
Okay.
I am gonna need you to roll a thwart peril while you do that, though.
Okay. That is an 11. So that is a D6 plus my modifier. That's a 4. So he gets 4 more health back. You said thwart peril.
Yes, please.
7.
Mm-hmm. You heal Josh, and he looks up in kind of a daze, and he's like, "Don't worry about me. I'm fine.
You're
fine.
literally coughing up blood right now. That's not great. Stop that.
There's better shit for you to be dealing with."
Yeah, well, I don't want to have a dead boyfriend on me.
He smiles and he goes, "Bet McCartney would be pleased about it."
Shut the fuck up. We'll take him down.
And you see like Josh kind of turns his head and his eyes go a little wide. And he like scuttles up, and you see him kick downwards.
Mm-hmm.
And he kicks a shark in the nose.
A shark?
A shark.
Just a shark.
It was brought on by the scent of his blood in the water.
How deep is the water?
It is about to your knee.
Okay, cool. Can I okay, I want to get Josh and Caleb like farther inland so at least they're not knee deep in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at Caleb and I said, "You're on Josh duty. Don't let him out of your sight. Also, don't get hurt either, because if you go down, then I'm fucked." So
Caleb comes over and like kisses your forehead really quickly and is like, "I won't let you down." And he scoops up Josh, and Josh is like, "I can walk."
Josh
goes,
duty.
"Oh,
Josh
I have
duty.
to protect you. I'm on Josh duty." And you see Josh is kind of flailing and going, "We need to help Willa." And Caleb is like, "We can help her over here."
Yes, I like that. I turn to the Mariana Trench monster. How is she looking? Does she look like she's conflicted or somehow?
She's looking conflicted, but Absalom has taken her hand and like is saying things to her, and you see her like kind of nodding in agreement.
No. I look at Mariana now. And I'm like, "Okay, Mariana, girl to girl, let's be honest. Everything was great until this motherfucker came into your life. You're an independent, strong woman who had her whole life in front of her, and this guy with a fancy little suit just came in and said, no. And now, excuse me, you were stuck in the ocean, and he was living out his life on land with his fancy little cars and fancy little jets, eating caviar for breakfast and shit. And you were stuck at the bottom of the ocean, just trapped down there all alone, and it's probably just really boring and lonely down there. So Absalom was having a fun time up here. So if anything, Absalom's the problem, not you."
Roll to convince someone.
Oh my
Abusive, controlling boyfriend alert. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
what?
Like at this point, fuck
Hey, all
them.
those things that you used to love, all those animals that you cared for so much, yeah, no, they're terrible now. Oh, fuck yes.
It's a 10.
Please.
Yep. You see Absalom looks and goes, I don't have caviar for breakfast.
You have it
That
for
would be
lunch.
silly. It's a morning snack.
He has caviar in the morning. That's stupid.
And you see Mariana look at him, and she narrows her eyes and goes, we were vegan. And he looks and goes, are you really, really going to bring that up now? And she looks, and you see her pull up her dress to her knees, and she starts taking a few steps up, and you see this creature starts to dematerialize as she does. And she is in the water now, and you see her. She's just a girl. She is detransformed, and her hair isn't red when it's not in a transformation. She's a blonde, and she is in a little dress, and she just kind of stands before you, and she holds out her arms and goes, this was supposed to help.
Hang on. What is she doing?
Is she a new vessel that's untouched by the deep dark?
She is not, but she
Is she Josh's mother?
Izzy, she is the image of the girl you saw in the book.
Okay.
I figured when you said blonde hair, and I was like,
She is that girl.
She's that girl.
She's that girl. So Mariana looks at you and goes, this was all supposed to help. This was supposed to make things better. This was supposed to be... And Absalom takes her arm and goes, we need you to be Mariana again, my dear.
No, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to listen to this guy. He clearly doesn't understand boundaries because I wanted to have a conversation with you. You stepped away from him to talk to me. And then what does this motherfucker do? He comes in and grabs your arm. No consent. I'm telling you, this guy has consent issues with girls.
Roll me a clash.
A clash?
Yeah.
Just a fun little juicy question. How much older is Absalom than Mariana? Please tell me that he tried to like poach her when she was like 16. He was like 27.
Not that bad, but it's kind of bad.
Okay. What is he like?
No, it was like 15 and 20.
Still, that's still gross.
Dating a minor.
That is
Still
grooming.
gross.
That is
Grooming.
gross.
Grooming alert.
Seriously, this guy has issues with young girls. That is a 9.
Yes, clash. I was like,
Yes.
what were we rolling
Clash,
for?
clash. It was a 9 to clash.
Yes. Okay.
Would you allow the hex that Willa put on Mariana's trench to continue?
Yep.
In the sense that you have +1 to clash going forward, so would that 9 become a 10?
I sure would.
Ooh, I love loopholes.
All right.
Can I force him? He's holding Mariana now. Can I force him to drop her? Okay.
She now counts as an object.
She now counts
Yes.
as an object. I am going to make him drop her. Can I just also just roll for another punch to roll just to punch him in the face? Give him a good old Josh bloody nose.
You will do damage to him
Oh, okay.
as well because he's stabbing you with a dark dagger.
Ow!
And you're going to take 2 damage from that.
Okay, that's fine.
And you do hear the deep dark claps from the top of the tower and goes, oh, that was fun. That's
Okay.
delightful.
Second,
Keep that up. Keep that up.
when it comes out of Daisy's body, I'm gonna beat the shit out of that thing. But right now, we're gonna beat up Absalom first. I'm gonna punch him in retaliation for him stabbing me. I'm gonna punch him right in the nose to get him a bloody nose.
Mhm.
So he drops Mariana, and I'm like, let me talk to her, asshole! Where did this knife come from? And I just like chuck it onto the ground.
Turns out I have magic powers too. Oh boy.
You don't deserve them.
Is it really a thing of deserving?
Yeah, honestly.
Or is it just those that learn are able to use?
No, it has to be someone who deserves it, like me. Because I know I'm fabulous, and I'm amazing. And so is my best friend. And you're a piece of shit. Mariana deserves these powers more than you.
Was Absalom jealous of Mariana's power and then he got offered power by the deep dark? Is he like the complete opposite of Daisy?
It's almost as if narrative foils happened.
Oh,
Go after his low self-esteem. Willa.
Oh,
Go
Take
after it.
take a point of inspiration for that, Claire.
all right. This
Circle gets the
Oh my
square.
god, what?
this clicks in blue, and she's like, Wait, stop. New plan. Absalom. Okay, I understand what your problem is. You're an insecure little guy with small dick energy who can't possibly fathom that a young girl earned these really super cool powers, and you decided, oh, since no one else is gonna choose me as their champion, then I'm gonna go out of my way and be a dumbass and confer with an evil, dark, eldritch terror to give me powers, and in turn, I will corrupt my girlfriend? Is that even a girlfriend thing? That's like a statutory rape at that point. If you were dating her when she was 16 and stuff. So Mariana, I have no idea. You do not deserve this guy. This guy is an absolute piece of shit, and he is very insecure with his little problems.
Roll me a touch their heart.
I feel like that should make sense for Absalon right now. She's ripping into him, and you're like,
You're touching a heart.
I'm touching Mariana's heart by ripping a new one into him. Is that a persona or is that an emotional for?
It's emotional.
Okay, that's cool.
Let's go.
10.
As you finish your monologue, you hear someone come up beside you and go, "Did someone say small dick?" And Benny Schwartz is standing there and is like, "Willa, I think we need to kind of lay into this guy more because he was like super duper creepy and like really interested in my sister on her 18th birthday."
Yeah, listen, Mariana, I told you it was real. He was being really creepy with me and touching my hair, and he was getting all touchy-feely at Daisy's 18th birthday. Just because she turned 18 doesn't mean she's not a kid anymore.
Legal.
It's just still creepy, though. It is still creepy. So,
creepy.
Yeah. And he followed her to her house. He like had dinner with her parents. And
Trying to groom her for her future that he wanted for her.
yes, I'm taking that and I'm saying that.
And you see Benny, and he is just grinning ear to ear, and he's yeah, it's almost as if Absalom Trent is a piece of shit, and like really was going to be exposed any one of these days, but just happened to be now.
Small dick energy, pedophile.
You see Mariana like glances up to the tower and then back at you guys, and you see her try to transform and it doesn't work.
Oh, because Stanley took it away?
And she looks and she like presses her lips together and looks at you and goes, "That doesn't matter to me. It's all in the past, and we need to look to this future that will become here." And you see her transform into the Mariana that you recognize.
No!
And she looks really sad. Like, she looks really bummed about it. And she, like, kind of looks at her hands and then looks at you. And Absalom smiles. And you hear from Watchtower a little, "Good. Now, Miss O'Bryant, my dear, could you bring me the little Schwartz boy?"
Fuck off, dude! Lady! Ma'am! Second, hang on. Fuck off! Mariana, no, you can... I, like, look at her, and I am trying to give her the eyes, like, okay, you can transform into this version, so now you can beat the shit out of Absalom, right? While he's not noticing? Oh.
Roll to convince someone.
Yeah. 10, baby!
You hear in your mind that she's like, "I would much rather not look like this, but if I can keep cover for long enough, I could do some good." And it's strange to hear her melodic voice in your head without a migraine after.
Wow.
It's a Mariana message.
Mariana message with no migraine. Your voice is very nice to listen to when it's not inducing a severe migraine on me.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice.
So hang on. What's the plan here? Because I know we're kind of like staring at each other. We're just standing here on the beach. Are you going to play along and then fuck up either one of these two? Should I go fuck up?
We'll come to that after we talk to Izzy.
Oh my god.
Izzy,
Yes, hello.
hello. You are on your way to the path that Stanley left. Roll me a thwart peril really quick.
You get a +1 forward on this.
You do.
15.
Okay. You are very deft at, like, with your shadows, you are unseen. And you are unheard because you stopped just before any of these creatures that could slither around you can hear you or sense you. You make it out of, like, the outskirts of, like, Rift City, and it is clear, open ocean. Like, you see some, like, kind of coral buildings in the distance as if, like, there's another area that these rift creatures live in down there, but as of where you're at, it's pretty wide open spaces. Stanley looks and he just kind of nods and goes, "There's normally a lot more going on right here."
Am I to assume that I don't see the spot where Stanley had thrown in the
It
tridents?
looks like it is, like, caved in.
Caved in.
And Stanley is, like, taken a little aback by just the open water, and he's looking and he goes, "Izzy, I would like to show you and Willa this, if everything goes okay and we get things back to normal. It's the rift stuff, your world, there's beauty in both of them, and mixing them isn't going to make either of them better."
Stanley.
Yeah?
Izzy walks forward towards the wreckage, and either or, depending on what you would allow, either send her flies through the wreckage to try to find the location of the trident, or touch the wreckage to see the lifelines, even though it's not technically a person, it's an object, to see, like,
flies in there.
Okay. Izzy's fingers kind of flutter, and from, like, the waves that she makes, flies and bugs and every type of, like, any aquatic insect that you might have found, like plankton fucking comb.
Little scuba gear.
They have little bubbles coming. These microscopic air tanks are just strapped to their backs, and they're just.
And Izzy sees that and just starts to laugh, and she says, "You guys have the best outfits, really." Go in the wreckage and try and find a trident. Okay?
Roll me a glimpse of truth.
10.
Whoa!
Yeah, your flies, they get in through the little nooks and crannies, and it's pretty dark in there, but they are able to kind of see around, and they do see a glittering trident. It is gem encrusted, it's beautiful, and as your flies get closer, you hear kind of the leader fly going like, and like holding the other ones back as
What's wrong?
a very large gray eel kind of like curls around it, and you see that around this eel are like piles of coins and random metal things and who's-its and what's-its galore.
Give it a shiny thing.
You have found an eel's hoard.
Eel's hoard. Yep. Oh, I'm knocking my camera over. Eel's hoard. Eel's hoard. Okay. Ooh. How much can either I or the fly see? Is there like a direct path from the cave-in out and like between the eel?
Oh, yeah. It's like there's just a pile of rock in front of it.
Okay. If you would allow this, to do an I wish.
Okay. What roll for me and then tell me what you'll wish for.
That is 7, so
Okay.
8 technically. So it's just a hold 1, but I would like there to be a general lightness, like something so bright that's like reflecting in the outside world to draw the eel out.
All right. You get a CD in your hand.
Just just reflect it perfectly off of the rainbow side.
And you start reflecting it. And Stanley's like, what? Izzy, this is not the time. I thought going with you we would have a more serious time. I know Willa's doing whatever she wants to do up there, but you're the serious one.
Izzy kind of looks back at Stanley. Do you really think that Willa would be my only friend if I was only the serious one?
He rolls his eyes and he goes, you know what I mean. Of the two of you, you're the one who's got the shower in her car.
Don't come at me for my shower.
I'm not clowning. It's a good idea. If that was something I needed to do, I would be very thankful.
As right as you probably are, you just haven't seen the plan all the way through. And Izzy tries to make this light go right into where that cavernous system is to draw the eel out and away from her flies.
Yep, it works well. And you see like the rocks kind of like shudder as something hits it, and a little boop eel face pops out, and it looks at you and goes, "Oh, sorry, I don't take solicitors." And it starts to go back.
Oh, wait. Do you want to make a trade?
It leans out and goes, "I don't believe you would have anything of interest to me. And since I heard there's a lot of commotion going around, I'm a little shy to trust anybody."
I mean, that is very fair, and I don't blame you one iota whatsoever. However, I have several things that might take your interest. And she shows off like the CD in her hand, and she's gonna make another I wish.
Okay.
And she is going to summon a mirror into her hand, and then do another I wish.
Okay.
And then she is going to summon some like what's something like pretty and shiny?
I said shiny sequins dance fabric, because it also is
Perfect.
It's similar to bathing suit fabric, so it doesn't drag in the water, so you can just flutter it around in the water. It's really shiny and pretty sparkly.
Oh, you can be
I like a little snake, like almost like it could be a sleeve of that dance fabric, but it could definitely fit on the eel.
Yes.
And she summons another thing, and she summons cute disco glasses that have rhinestones on them, and a beautiful like party hat that could definitely match it. And she says, all of this could be yours with a simple trade.
Roll it.
But that is a 10.
Yeah, the eel looks and goes, oh, you're one of Stanley's. Okay. And Stanley looks and goes, oh, hi, Robert. And the eel, Robert, kind of smiles and goes, what exactly of mine do you want to trade for? Because I do appreciate that you somehow have found an outfit for me that is exactly my size. You know, it's quite difficult to find stylish garments for an eel like myself. It's quite difficult, you must understand.
Oh, I understand completely, which is why I think this deal is perfect for you for only a limited time.
He goes, yes, I'm familiar. What exactly do you want to trade?
The trident that you have in your cave that Stanley had originally stored for safekeeping. And I know Finders Keepers is a very solid rule that should never be disregarded. So that is why I would like to offer you that deal. And also summons like a sequenced scarf and an additional outfit of like same material, same size, but like just like a different like design. Like maybe this one's red.
Ooh. Oh, Robert goes, oh. Well, am I fancy enough for red?
You always need red for a special occasion.
That is true. Let me see if that is a fair trade. Give me one moment. And you see him kind of like turn and zoom back.
I would like to have my flies like disappear from their hoard so it doesn't think that we're trying to steal it.
Yeah. The flies, they come back and they like huddle up to you. Robert pokes his head back out and goes, "The trident, really? The jewel-encrusted one?"
Yes.
He picks it up with his mouth and like sets it down by the rocks and goes, "Now what exactly do you need it for?"
To stop the deep dark from destroying the world.
He looks at Stanley and goes, "You let the deep dark into their world?" Stanley goes, "I didn't do it."
The deep dark did it with specific manipulation of a young girl's heart.
Oh.
And
He puts
she
his not visible hand over his heart and goes, "Well, that's very, very challenging. That's a very challenging idea. I will take these, and you may use the trident. I would like it back, but we can call it a library of thing. And once you have destroyed the deep dark and bring back my trident, you will also bring me fun other colors of these fun sleeves."
Of course. And Izzy motions the flies forward to try and like just put the little sleeve over its head because it must be very difficult with just a tail.
Like put it up like a little sock.
It helps put on the scarf, it puts on the little hat, it puts the glasses on its nose.
I feel like it needs a monocle. Like it's a monocle looking kind of thing.
You know what? Izzy
I feel like they're a monocle person.
Perfect. Izzy has another hold, 2 holds, and she like monocle in hand and kind of like fixes that right on top of the eye.
Fantastic.
You should conjure up like a little device that helps it shimmy out of the sleeves by itself.
Yes.
You know what? Izzy summons a back scratcher with her other hold. And she's like, and this could probably help you get in and out of those outfits. Or scratch your back.
Oh, I do appreciate that. I'm sending a picture of what this eel looks like to the Discord, so shameless plug for our Discord.
Yes, please go check out the thing in the
Please go
Discord.
check out our
Now I'm
Discord.
curious as to what
As
this thing
someone
looks
who
like.
absolutely hates the look of eels, I'm curious.
I'm so
This
curious.
is a
curious.
moray eel. They're the best kind
This
of
whole-
eels.
Or are they in the
Because
Magical Mists Discord? I don't think I can exit out
General?
of it because of
Is it general?
I'm streaming on these.
Here, I will
That
send
looks like a fucking dinosaur.
this specifically to you.
That looks like a damn dinosaur.
I still hate it. I hate eels so much. They are reminiscent of snakes. I hate snakes. No. No. I can't. No. I'm so glad I am not here.
Even if he's in a cool sparkly outfit.
I do not like ocean snake.
No.
No ocean snake for me.
But Izzy, you collect the trident and you see that this eel, Robert, is just preening. He's like, "Don't I feel like a little magical girl? This is delightful."
Say that. Izzy picks up the trident and does like a little half bow. And she's like, "Thank you so much for the kind offer of trade. Borrowing like a library book. I'll return it to you so long as the world does not get destroyed."
Yes, if the world gets destroyed, then I will need to come out of my hole and get it back, but
Yes, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to return it.
while I do so. Thank you.
Of course. The flies all like salute Robert the eel, kind of feeling less scared of it now, having seen it in fun, fancy gear. And Izzy turns to Stanley. "Okay, got the trident. Is there anything else we need down here?"
He shakes his head and he goes, We should go help Willa."
Yes, we should. And Izzy kind of takes Stanley back on her shoulder, dismisses her flies, and as silently as she can, sneaks back up to the surface.
Yeah. We will pick back up once you crest the surface
No.
and get this rocking and rolling.